Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader Trading Room for Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, set that aside. We do have a crude oil inventory session today at 10:30. And we have a new setup on unleaded for a short. At 6:04. We've had a break-even trade so far on unleaded. That's it. So looking for a new one. No trigger on this as yet. Crude picked up this short on a get in sync basis. Hit target 1 for 19 ticks and an additional 6. 73.33 for the trailer. The entry at 39, so 25 ticks net on the 9 a.m. session, one and done. We're +2 at the moment on unleaded, but that's all. Another money management trade without a loss that will end the session. YM has hit its money management on an early trade, so that trade is off the table. That's no longer going to be a get in sync for market open at 9:30, 8:30 Central. 8 Central time is the exchange time for the YM futures. Those are traded out of Chicago. And I'm going to move unleaded up here over top of crude since that has already finished. That will allow us to keep an eye on the micro NQ. We'll wait 4 minutes after market open on the micro NQ. And that triggers in at market open. YM continues to push higher. Soybeans has a get in sync short. Had touched the entry just before, actually just before its trade halt at 7:45 Eastern or Central, another Central time market, traded out of Chicago. And it's like YM stops out. That short trade is filtered. Squeeze zone filter. Entry was just below the 200 EMA with the 250 EMA pinching up toward it. So that trade is filtered out. And we have a long trade on the YM. That triggers in, it looks like. So YM is long. Money management on the YM. Michael Russell with a long setup. And it's got a little bit of a wick on it, so that's going to be exactly where money management is. Not big enough, not enough of a wick to push the target, or pull the target in. All right, YM pushing through target. That's going to be a one and done session. When that trade completes, we still have the trailing position in play. Trailer currently at 0.39. And we take a full loss on Michael Russell, now in a short. Money management moves down a tick. That'll be 96 flat. And the YM stops out. So the YM is done. Long trade on the micro NQ. Russell's short has hit money management. And stops out for break even. Micro NQ taking some heat. And that's a full stop out. So we have Micro Russell with a loss and a break even. Micro NQ with a loss. Soybeans is in the short trade. YM is done. Crude is done. We have a second break-even trade on unleaded, so this will be the ending trade for the session. Target 1 traders pick up a win. Target 2 traders used major key level. Okay, short on Micro Russell hasn't triggered. And we get a second loss on the Micro NQ, transition into a long as well. Long with a significant wick on it. So this one, I expect target 1 is probably going to be our... Nope. Target 2 is going to remain our fixed target. Not quite big enough to pull the target in. Okay. Soybeans back at the entry. Oh, that's unfortunate. Long trade on the micro NQ gave us a third full loss. That ends the session, and then it goes into a winning short. Ah, well. And we pick up a second full loss on the micro Russell on the long trade. Short trade never triggered. And we hit target 2 on unleaded. Trailer at 662. So unleaded will be our quitting. Micro NQ is done, so we'll pull the unleaded chart back down there. And keep an eye on what crude is doing. Since we do have an inventory report session, and a short on the micro Russell. And this is another larger than normal trade. Wick on the setup bar. This one's going to be big enough to move the target. Target is going to be target 2. And did trigger in, so we are short. Unleaded stop at 674. Soybeans still hanging around the entry level. Session starts, Samuel, at normally 9:30 Eastern. This is John. I'll be doing all of the sessions here on YouTube. I'm doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at 9:30, and then the crude oil inventory report, depending on when it falls, normally 10:30 on Wednesday, which we do have one today. But when there's a Monday holiday, it usually shifts to 11 o'clock on Thursday. Once every 4 or 5 years, it'll be on Friday at 11. All right. That is loss number 3 on the micro Russell. So both micro Russell and micro NQ on Catapult getting caught up in noise. Those sessions are ended. Unleaded. Stop moving up to 687. Crude is done for the 9 a.m. mini session. We had a one and done here. We will not do a 10 o'clock mini session because we do have an inventory report at 10:30. I usually start the session about 5 minutes before, so usually about 9:25 or 10:25, 10:55, depending on what session we're looking at. That's my goal anyway. All right, stop move again on unleaded. This is going to be our power of quitting trade. That's a target 2 win, and we definitely are positive. YM was positive on a single trade. Soybeans is still in the short. Looks like we'll move up just a little bit more on unleaded on this bar. Stop move on unleaded to 697. Charts I'm running in here, these are for example. I'm certainly not trying to trade all of these. Stop moves up to 697 there. It's about to move up to about 708. Looks like. No trades this morning. Got to trade closer than we did yesterday on Pound Aussie. Still, that was well before our 8:30 start time on that trade plan. And stop move up to 707. Right? Something going on with rounding there, obviously. Normal trail is 2 ticks below the balance line, or 2 ticks off of the balance line, depending on below the balance line for long trades, above the balance line for short trades. I'm running Spotlight Power Trader on YM, crude, unleaded, and the Pound Aussie. Running Catapult Trader on Micro Russell and Micro NQ. Those two are using custom Renko bars. The Spotlight charts are using range bars on NinjaTrader or momentum bars on TradeStation. And soybeans is, so the soybeans chart lower right is on Counterpunch Trader, and that's using a 5-tick range bar or 1/4 point momentum bar. And looks like unleaded did move up and stopped out at 722. So that picks up 722. No, I'm sorry. 722 was balance line, 718. So we pick up 651 to 718, 49, 59, 67 ticks on the trailer, 45 ticks on target for target 2 traders, or 28 ticks on target for target 1. But definitely a positive session. First trade was just a 1 tick break even stop out at 1 tick, so 2 ticks net, 1 tick each for 2 positions. Plus 45 and 67 is 112. 114 tick net for target 2 traders. And here we are again in that situation where all we have is soybeans and the pound Aussie. Still running. Everything else is already done. Micro Russell and Micro NQ with losing sessions, unfortunately. YM with a winning session. Crude with a winning session, the 9 a.m. mini session. Unleaded with a winning session. No trades on the pound Aussie. That is the Forex spot market. And in a short on soybeans. Soybeans look like it's taking a little bit of heat. I'll watch those two charts for another 20 minutes. I'll close down this stream at about 10:15 Eastern and reopen it about 10:25. Reopen a new stream about 10:25 for the inventory report. Not much going on. Soybeans almost 2 points above the entry. It's short. New short trade on unleaded, bottom center there. That is not part of our trade plan, so not participating in that trade. Unleaded picked up a break even on this long, set up 908.13. This is traded out of New York, so it is on Eastern time for the exchange time. Touch money management, but not target. Came back for the 1 tick stop out. So we pick up a couple of ticks on that trade, and we come to the didn't trigger in the short. We get the long at 9:30.31, so just after market open. That went through targets 1 and 2, actually all the way up through target 4. Stopped out at 0718. For 114 tick net session. A tick on unleaded is worth $4.20. So that's right at $475 trade on 2 positions. $475 net on with two position trades. And the short would have stopped and reversed into a long. Still no trades on the pound Aussie. Possible short in a couple of bars on the pound Aussie. Short income. That would be a trade off the 50 EMA, the gold moving average line there on the chart, lower left. And that trade combination is exactly why we use power of quitting, so that we're not giving back some of our profits. No matter how good your trade plan is, there will be losing trades. The whole point is to give yourself a statistical advantage with the trade plan. Right. Still about the same on our active charts. Of course, unleaded, we're not trading. That's hit money management and target one, it looks like, on the long trade. And it looks like there's a new long trade on the YM. That market has also hit power quitting in its trade plan. New session high on the YM. Green dotted line is the session high. Gold dashed line is the session open from 5 p.m. yesterday evening. That's common on all the charts. And the red dotted dashed line is the session low. And it looks like I have session high of 45.19 on the YM. And target 1, that hit target on the nose. Crude moving fairly strongly up, which is not a good sign for the inventory report session. In my experience, when it's moving very actively coming into the session, the report doesn't usually make a lot of difference unless it's significantly different from what was expected. All right, we have a stop and reverse on soybeans, 2-tick adjustment for the stop and reverse, puts it at 57, which is the full stop level. So we would take the full stop and reverse to long at 1057, which we have not hit. So even though the calculator will be tracking the long, we are still in the short. A new short on the YM. These are all trades that we're not participating in. Now we're 1 tick from stop and reverse again on soybeans. It's the second time it's come that close. Money management, almost money management. There's money management on the YM short and targets. YM being quite successful right now. Push up and now coming down. And we do stop and reverse on soybeans. So that one's going to take some work to recover from. Only got about 3 or 4 minutes that I can follow that. That was a 21 tick risk, so it's a 4-position trade, so it's 21 points. Ooh, ouch. That's $1,050 risk trade. So I've seen many $1,000 trades go the other way, go positive for us on soybeans. It's not a catastrophic loss on soybeans, but you do have to be well capitalized to trade soybeans because it does have some swings to it. You want to have about a $50,000 account for that trade to trade all 4 positions. You don't have to start with all 4 positions. I would start probably with target 1 trailer. Or actually, maybe just target one. I don't know. Yeah, I would go to target. Would start at target with a single position at target 2 probably, and try to build from there. Then fill in a trailer and then target 1 and target 3 as you build the account up. All right, how big is this trade? All right, 11 to target 1, 19 to target 2, 26 to target 3. I'm taking the adjustments into account. The stop and reverse adjustment, 2 ticks, and it comes off of each position. So if we get all 3 targets, 11, 19 is 30, 56, 104. That's half of it. Probably need a second trade. All right, and it's time to close this session down. And move on to our crude oil inventory report. So we will see everybody back in about 10 minutes. Everybody have a good one. And I will see you back in about 10 minutes. Roughly 10:25.